giving a trillion rand to white monopoly capital. So, and then you've seen what, I think we must listen to what Tito Mbowen is saying. Tito Mbowen is saying the post-COVID-19 macroeconomic system, the economic system of post this crisis is going to be one that focuses on, one, make sure that the spaza shops, no foreigner owns a spaza shop. Foreigner here is Africans, so Somalis and so on. They don't own these spaza shops, and they must, of course, it says they must be registered with tax. They must pay tax, and look at this racist assumption. They must also be open to inspection. Now, you see, it's there, and this is a discussion I had with Brother Henry. In South Africa, the white capital being allowed by the ANC, including Ramaphosa and Tito himself, to basically not hire South African labor, allowed by South African government, not to hire South African labor, to get cheap labor from outside of South Africa, to create black-on-black violence and hunger for South Africans. It is this government which has allowed the spaza shops in our townships to be taken over by the Somalis and the Pakistanis, because at the time, this was moving the products of white monopoly capital. They brought also the malls. Right now, this is important thing. When this guy says, we don't want foreigners, he is appealing to our South African general aggrieveness. We are aggrieved by the fact that these people from outside of South Africa are taking our jobs and so on. But these people aren't taking our jobs. They're being employed by white monopoly capital as cheap labor, and they're squeezing us out. And so we end up fighting amongst ourselves. And we are very angry. Now, Tito Mbowen, he's resolving this thing in the right-wing way. This is what I was talking to Brother Johnson about. I said, in South Africa, this xenophobic problem, so-called xenophobia, it's not xenophobia, it's Afrophobia, will be used by the right wing, and the leader there is actually Mashaba. But now Tito Mbowen is coming in there, and is going to mobilize this so that we fight now with spaza shops owners, kick them out of the townships, and fight also for jobs in the restaurants. There is no focus on the fact that white monopoly capital owns everything, but not only that. White monopoly capital wants the spaza shops. And they know now that, in fact, that spaza shop industry is about 40 billion rand a year. And we have seen that they've bring USave. The Pick and Pay is there. So when he says they want spaza shops and he determines a criteria, he's talking about spaza shops which are for white monopoly capital. Now, a lot of black people were saying, I saw some people saying, yeah, we agree with Tito because now we can own. You can own you. You black South Africa, you're going to own you. No. When it says spaza shop, it means USave is coming to take over from the Somalis and from the Ethiopians and from the Pakistanis. It's not you. Your hatred for yourself will be mobilized to make sure that these spaza shops actually end up in the hands of white monopoly capital. That's what this is the thing. Why do you believe Tito Mbowen will say anything in the interest of black people? Why? Tito Mbowen is trained by the World Bank. Tito Mbowen is a Goldman Sachs man. Goldman Sachs man. This is a global bank which destroys everything for global white monopoly capital. Why do you think Tito Mbowen cares for your interest? Why do you think when he says, oh, spaza shops are not owned by South Africans, he speaks as if, of course, this happened miraculously. It was not allowed by this government. So now we are being mobilized against our brothers so that Stellenbosch can take over. And some black people, again, and this is the big job that we must do, some black people actually believe that it is better for white people to take over our township economies than if it is these Kwerekweres, right? This is how deep the self-hatred has gone, and now it's been mobilized against us. We need to articulate a different response to that and say, no, well, of course, the township economy must belong to the people of the townships. We will work hand in hand with our brothers and sisters from outside of South Africa who are actually already there to make sure that we share this trade in the township. We share skills. We share networks of bargaining so that we also can be active players. If you just kick out these brothers and sisters, and you allow for ShopRite checkers to come in, you are an agent of white monopoly capital, an enemy of our people. Not only that, Tito Mbowen, let's ask him a question. What about the malls? What about the malls in our township, Tito? Who owns the malls in our township, Tito? Why is it not an issue that we have white monopoly capital malls which has come? In fact, by the way, these malls are the biggest threat to the spaza shops in the townships, because when they came, they weakened the black South African capacity to trade. So you can't bring your mall in the township and say that it will continue to operate, but you're kicking up the Somalis and the Ethiopians. The Somalis and the Ethiopians, we need to talk, brothers. You can't put yourself in a position where you're vulnerable like this, where Tito Mbowen and others can just attack you to say you're owning all these spaza shops in the townships. We need integration. We need to work together. We need to strengthen and defend the township economy against the real foreigner, which is white monopoly capital, which now Tito is going to use to take even what should not be taken by a big capital. I repeat, why do you, as black people, believe Tito Mbowen can say or do anything in your interest? Trevor Manuel, Ramaphosa, the man who killed people in Marikana. We need to be serious also. We need to take ourselves seriously a little bit. I mean, we can't play this game, right? Where we hope. It's like with Valameer. Oh, it's like that president of yours who was closing eyes yesterday there with the you are masking yourself. You're closing your eyes and hope for the best. No, can't happen like that. You know what Tito represents, you know what Ramaphosa represents, you know what Trevor Manuel represents, then you're gonna have to take seriously that. So that was one point I wanted to make. But also, Tito Mbowen wants to resolve this crisis in the interest of capital. The post-crisis, post-COVID, will be where white monopoly capital takes over. The others, actually, the Mazotti boys in particular, what they hope for. Let me just, by the way, also just say that, you know, Tito Mbowen talks about how they're going to, black South Africans must, oh, not black, he doesn't say, he says spaza shops must be taken over. Today, is it yesterday, we saw a mother in Soweto who was selling acha being arrested. Now, these are the people that says they're going to save our interests, being arrested for selling acha when they've done nothing to make sure that we have food, we can survive during this lockdown. They have the guts to arrest an old mother selling acha in the streets. And these are the same people that we must trust, that when they say they're going to get rid of these spaza shops, they're going to bring spaza shops in our interests. I just want to highlight this fact that these people are ruthless. They're about profits. Then you have the